with Mario Lopez.
What's up, y'all? Mario Lopez joining me now on Zoom from the podcast Hey Dude, the 90s called. Christine Taylor and David Lascher. Welcome to the show, guys. How are you?
Hi.
What's up, Mario?
So good to see your face.
So nice to see you. You both look great. Now, for those who may not be familiar, Hey Dude was a Nickelodeon staple. What made you want to revisit the show now?
Well, I'm a huge fan of podcasts, and I had been asked to host with Jenny and Tori to come back and recap their episodes, my episodes on the 90210 podcast. It got tight with Amy Sugarman, their producer, and I guest hosted a bunch of stuff for them. And we decided, rather than looking back on a single show, what if we looked back on a decade that seems to be really people our age are nostalgic for, and young adults seem to be really fascinated with right now. So I showed Amy, we created a deck. She said, I want you to have a female co-host and have that kind of dynamic. And I gave her a list of people that I had worked with or I was tight with that felt comfortable working with. And she saw Christine's name and said, if you get Christine, we have a show. And I hadn't talked to Christine in a couple of years, and I nearly scared her to death. I blew up her phone.
I mean, the guy did not just send a nice email, email, texted, called, all within 3 minutes.
Straight stalking.
Yes, total stalking, to the point where I thought someone died. So I quickly called him back, and he's like, no one died, but I have this fun idea. You can say no.
It worked.
It worked. Here we are.
That's exactly right. Now the show, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was pretty much the first big role for the both of you, right? So what do you remember about getting that gig, Christine?
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I was 17 when I got it, and I lived in Pennsylvania. I was in high school, and I had just started kind of auditioning in New York City. I'd gotten a couple commercials, like a big Burger King commercial. That was like my Allentown claim to fame. I was a Burger King counter girl. And then this show, like it was sort of an open call, and I auditioned for the other role, the role of Brad, and it was coming into the city and going to Nickelodeon. It was a big, it was just fun. I never thought I was going to get it. And then lo and behold, got cast in it, and suddenly we were shooting in Tucson, Arizona at the end of my senior year of high school. So it was nuts. And David, who didn't even, I think we spilled the beans in the episode that David didn't even realize he was not initially cast. Someone else was cast in his role. And then you were recast. They brought you in to fill his shoes. So
yeah, I never knew that.
It worked out well. So wait, you're from Allentown, Christine?
Yes.
I've been to Allentown, went to camp there. Is Lehigh University there?
It is. It's all the Lehigh Valley. Yes, that's my stomping ground.
Nice.
My sister went to Lehigh.
Oh, look at that. Small world. What about the fashion back then? I remember there was a lot of khaki shorts on the show.
Oh, don't talk to Christine about the fashion on the show.
No, David, you got to look like a normal person because you could wear jeans, and you just could wear, it was like a little bit of a Western theme because we were on a dude ranch. But the girls, they put us in these high-waisted, pleated khaki shorts, tucked in polo shirts, bandanas around our neck. Anytime they could get me in neon, they got me in neon, which is probably, you probably have some PTSD from your neon days on Saved by the Bell, because I remember that was a very, very colorful show as well.
Very bright, very, very. Oh, I've got a lot of that. So I was just thinking, I was listening to you guys. I didn't think about it obviously back then because it wasn't around. So you sort of were like the teen Yellowstone.
Oh my goodness!
You're giving us a lot.
That, by the way, we were the Yellowstone.
I like that.
Yellowstone.
We inspired Yellowstone.
Go for it. I think you should totally run with that right there.
We'll take it.
That's a good one.
The most recent episode of the pod reunited a bunch of the cast. Did everyone seem to remember the time the same way, or were there discrepancies?
Like Christine was saying, we all kind of pieced together. When we all got together, it all came flooding back. And we all had our own distinct memories. But it was like no time had passed.
Yeah, but David is, I mean, there's something about like a girl's brain at 17 and the boy's brain. Like I remembered every little dramatic moment, and David was like, "What? That happened? I don't remember that." I mean, very selective memory, very selective memory. But we, it all, like, laughing about it is, it was fun to hear everybody else's perspective of us, and vice versa, how we all felt.
I'm sure it is a lot of fun. What about your kids? Have they watched the show?
We tried. It does. I think the shows today are so edgy and dark, and the '90s, as you know, were really an innocent, different vibe. So the people who loved Hey Dude at the time, probably like with Saved by the Bell, the show meant so much to them if they were the right age. But I don't know if it holds up today.
I think, I kind of disagree in a sense. I think that sort of innocence and that nostalgia resonates with a lot of people because there's so much obviously crap and stuff going on. That sort of feel good is like comfort food for a lot of people.
I think so. In other words, the moral to the story here is now we show it to them again, now that they're and now they appreciate us, right?
Yeah, exactly. Christine, also in the works, you got this Apple TV series called High Desert, right? What can you tell us about?
It's this, Patricia Arquette is the, lead, and I play her sister. And to me, anything she does is magic. She plays a really quirky character, and I'm kind of the sister that it grounds her a little bit. And yeah, I think that's looking like it'll sort of make its way out there sometime in the spring. So directed by Jay Roach, Matt Dillon is in it. Talk about like getting to work with like someone I just grew up loving and watching. So a great cast, but Patricia is like, she's everything. She's amazing.
Well, congratulations on that, and congratulations on the podcast. I'm sure a lot of people are going to enjoy it. You can listen to Hey Dude, the '90s Called, great title, by the way, on iHeartRadio or wherever you get podcasts. Christine, David, thanks so much for hanging out, and good luck, you guys, on that.
Thanks.
Good to see you, buddy.
So good to see you.
See you too. Take care.
On with Mario Lopez.